Instructor for music appreciation. Purpose of this video is to just give you an overview of how I've got the course set up and hopefully just make things clear for you as you navigate through this course. So the first thing is announcements. Just if I have a new announcement, it'll appear right here. But my first announcement is just kind of explaining how I've got my course set up, kind of color-coded, and obviously this video right here that you are watching. Next thing I wanted to kind of talk about, I want to talk about the course calendar first. Because what I've done here is I've kind of put everything on about a page and a half. This is what you can kind of at a glance see everything you need to do for the whole semester. And I do want to point out that week 1 and week 15 are short weeks. So I've put every assignment right here. I've also attached it here as well. So if you wanted to download it, print it out, and just kind of use it as a checklist, I think it's kind of helpful. So that is the course calendar for this course. Tells you everything you need to do every week in one place. All right, I'd like to go through the syllabus really quick. I'm not going to read the whole syllabus, obviously, because you guys can do that. Okay. So just kind of general information. I did want to mention something about the textbook. You do need the textbook. However, an older version will be fine. Now, you might find that the page numbers might be off a little bit. So what I've tried to do in the reading assignments is to say, give the page numbers, but if you have an older book, say, okay, read up to this section. So if they are off a little bit, it shouldn't be a problem. I do want to say that you do not need, if you have a very old version of this textbook, you do not need the CD collection. You do not need the connect feature. Like if you just get the textbook without the connect feature, that's fine. You don't need it. Everything that you need for the course as far as listening is in Blackboard. So these are our course outcomes. So this is kind of how it's set up as far as quizzes, discussions. You're going to have a live performance critique, and then a midterm and a final project. And this is just kind of how the points are set up. Okay, so for discussion questions, I'm going to actually come back to that here in just a minute. So you will have discussion questions. You will have quizzes throughout this course. And you are allowed to use the book for the quizzes. They don't take very long. And so those are, I think there's a total of, I want to say about 9 quizzes with varying amounts of points. Now, you will not be able to see your grade for the quiz until the due date or after. So if you can take the quiz early, but if you wanted to know your grade, it won't be posted until after the due date. You do have a midterm project and a final project. And I have a separate video that explains that in more detail. You also have a live performance critique, which again, I explain that in more detail in another video. This is the amount of points that we have as far as the scale goes. Okay, late assignments. I do want to make sure that you all know, and this is for my course and for every course, that for a full semester course, you have to do some kind of participation within the first 10 days. You have to either complete an assignment, communicate with me, whatever, as far as some kind of contact with me within the first 10 days. If there's no contact with me, if there's no completion of assignments within 10 days, on that 11th day, you will be dropped from the course automatically and you'll have to re-enroll in the course. So just want to make sure that is something that you're aware of. Also, I hate to say this, but I sometimes get assignments turned in late. I do have due dates, and I've got it set up so I don't feel like you're overwhelmed in any particular week. I do have some easier weeks and some weeks that are a little bit more that needs to be done. But there are due dates, and a lack of internet is not a reason to have an excuse for being late. I mean, if you do have legitimate emergencies and stuff like that, just let me know. No problem. I'm very flexible with that. But make sure that you get your stuff turned in on time. In most cases, your assignments are due at midnight on Sunday. Now, for some of them, for the projects, especially at the end of the semester, that is adjusted a little bit. So just make sure you know when the due dates are. And then the rest of this is just kind of straightforward. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is just kind of show you the assignments and how I have them set up. So they're by week, and starting out with week 1, we have these course tours videos, which you're doing right now. And I update these every semester. So this particular video is slightly different from all my other semesters. So one of the first types of assignments you'll have is listening, and you just simply listen to the videos, to the music. There's nothing to turn in. You just listen, enjoy, kind of just kind of take it in. I wouldn't do it when you're doing something else. Just take the time and listen to the videos. The next type of assignment is, I'm going to skip to this one, a reading assignment. And like I said, sometimes the page numbers might be a little off if you have an older textbook, but I think you'll be able to figure out what I'm looking for. For some of the the reading assignments, I do have additional videos that kind of help to explain whatever the concepts are. So you might have some videos, some additional ones, or you might not. Just kind of depends. So you'll pretty much have a reading assignment every week. Now, the other thing that you're going to have pretty often are discussion questions, and they're not always the same format. The first one is your typical introduction discussion board, and then later on they kind of change up. And I'd kind of like to jump over here to the discussion boards and discuss that a little bit, just to make sure that we're clear on this. So, like I said, the first one's an introduction. The second one, some of these, if I say on there just for fun, if they're just for fun, they are not graded, they are not required. I just tried to find some things that were very different and that maybe you hadn't heard of, or just fun, just to kind of just listen and comment. So if you want to listen to it and just kind of make a comment about it, we just kind of have a little dialogue in the discussion board. Just trying to find as many things that are diverse and different that maybe you've never heard of before. Like this one is Lithuanian war music. I mean, I thought that was kind of cool. And anyway, so you'll see those kind of interspersed within the course. This one is just asking you to listen to the song, and then there's some questions to answer about that one. But now this one is going to be. This type of question right here is what I actually have you do several times within this course. What I ask you to do is I ask you to find a song or some kind of musical piece within a certain time period. And then you're going to post it on the discussion board and answer some questions about your particular piece. And then what you're going to do is you're going to listen to someone else's piece that they posted, and then you're going to answer 2 questions about their piece. Now, one thing that I will caution you about is what people sometimes do kind of often is they're not paying attention to the time period. Make sure whatever piece you've chosen, you know the date it was written, so you know if it's in that particular time period that I'm asking for. And for some of them, I will ask for a vocal piece from that time period, and then another discussion question, I will ask for an instrumental piece from that time period. So make sure you're really paying attention to that, because I will take points off for that. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is you really need to pay attention to, most of these videos are going to be on YouTube. And you really need to pay attention to the description on YouTube, like maybe just underneath in the section that's describing the piece, because it will give you a lot of information about the piece that you might need that you don't have to research, because it's all right there in YouTube. So I have the rubric here. This is just kind of moved over a little bit. So you're going to be answering some questions about your piece, like I said, and you are going to be answering questions about someone else's piece. And so I've put in here, I've tried to kind of be as clear as possible for some, like how you might lose points. Now, one thing I will say also, okay, if you are, let's say, for example, you are looking for a vocal piece from the Baroque period, let's just say, and then you find an opera. Please do not post the entire opera. Within an opera, you will have various songs within the opera. Just choose one song or one aria from the opera and use that and answer the questions based on that one song, not the whole opera itself. Because the purpose of your post is so other people will listen to your music, and so we can learn even more music. No one is going to listen to a 2 hour and 45 minute opera, so don't post it. They're not gonna try to find your aria, whatever. Just find the aria, or whatever, maybe the overture or something for your particular piece, whether it's instrumental or vocal. The same goes for if it's a mass, if it's an oratorio, if it's a symphony. Choose one section or one piece from that larger work and only post that. Okay, and so those are the discussion questions. Now, one thing that I do want to bring up, okay, like I said, you are going to have, I'm going to jump to week 8 here. You're going to have various kinds of assignments, listening assignments, discussion, and so forth. Now, sometimes for some of my posts for the listening assignments, you might see this, video unavailable, but read what it says on the bottom of this. It says, watch on YouTube. And so you just got to click on that link right there, and it will take you to whatever the video is. I don't know, for some reason.
How are we tonight?
For some reason.
With a glass of wine.
For some reason, some of my videos, they don't show up like on the actual Blackboard, like these here, but they will show up if you just click on the YouTube link there. So just be aware of that. Okay, let me go back to the first week here. So yeah, so you're going to have the types of assignments. You're going to have listening assignments. You're going to have discussions, and you're going to have reading assignments, and you're also going to have quizzes. And I do want to say this is week 1. This is just an early heads up of some of your larger projects. This one is due on April 23rd, and then the midterm project is due March 12th. This is just an explanation of the assignment with a video to go with it to give you more explanations. You don't have to turn anything in here. This is just telling you what is coming up. That's a big project. Now, I will say this also. All of your assignments are open. You can work ahead. I have no problem with that. Turn things in early, whatever the case may be. Now, I will also just want to bring something else to your attention. Let's see. Let's go to this one right here. See what I've got here. Okay. So I've got these assignments, and then I have this right here. It says complete the Baroque section of your midterm project. Now, there's nothing to turn in here. This is just to kind of help keep you on track for the larger projects. If you when you get to this point, you should have everything that you will need to do the one section of the midterm project, the Baroque section. So I'm just kind of trying to help you stay on track. And that way, when you get to the point, when you get to week 8 for the midterm project, it'll pretty much be done. And there won't be a whole lot that you'll need to do to finish it up. This is just so you're not scrambling at the last moment and trying to get it all done. And I will say this also. I'm just going to go to week 8 because this is where your midterm project is. This is going to be a PowerPoint presentation. I do have a little, this is a little tutorial on how to create a PowerPoint in case you don't know how to do that. Okay, discussion boards, yeah. So I'm available pretty much during the week. I am really pretty good about getting back to you if you email me. I try to email people within 12 to 24 hours. Now, I will say if it's over the weekend, you might not hear from me until maybe Sunday or Monday. So if you need something, make sure hopefully you're going to be able to email me during the week. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible, but during the week, I definitely will email you back within 12 to 24 hours. So hope you enjoy the course, and if you have any questions, if I haven't addressed something, just feel free to email me, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible.